Hello and welcome to Ampy Marie Knits, episode 120. My name is Amber. Welcome to my crafty channel where I talk about what I've been making, usually knitting, crochet, spinning, sewing, a variety of things. Today we have finished objects. Finally. Do you want to welcome you to my channel? If you're new here, thank you so much. If you're returning, thank you so much as well. Really do appreciate you. So let's go ahead and jump in. Finished objects, whips, acquisitions kind of sorta, and some future cast-ons that are pretty exciting. So finished object, first one. Okay, I know this looks weird. This is gonna be really hard to show. I'm gonna put a video in of me wearing it like the best I could do. This is a pattern that is gonna be released later this month. It is called the Wandering Forager by Knit Graffiti. It is a sample for Fangirl Fibers. Here's a picture of the yarn I used, like in the skeins. There will be kits available. I'm not quite sure when. There is going to be each season, so spring, summer, fall, and winter. This is the spring set, and it is based off of Stardew Valley. I don't play, but if you do, could be cool. We have eyelets, that's strawberry mosaic, some brioche, some more mosaic. This one's my favorite out of the color choices for this. Some more brioche, some moss stitch, and then we start over. That looks really cool. This one. Oh. And then more of that, and we just keep going. And there we go. Then more of this. This thing is huge. And we're gonna, there we go. That's what we're doing for screenshot. But I blocked it. I did not check to see how long it was before I blocked it. After blocking, it was 11 of my feet long, or size 10. I don't feel like doing the math on that. It's huge, but it is so cozy. Like, let's see if I can. I'm not good at styling shawls, let alone this style, but like you can wrap this. This is more like a really wide scarf, maybe. Like, look at all this cozy. So yeah, definitely a fun knit. Definitely recommend it. I liked the bite-sized pieces. And here's what's cool. It took me exactly a month. Cast this on August 3rd. Finished it on August 3rd to September 3rd. There we go. So it's fun. It's beautiful. It's soft and squishy. I like this base. I don't remember the name of the base. It's a high micron one by Fangirl Fibers. So yeah, fun and exciting. Finally got one of my big whips done. So this is going to be going in the mail today to get that mailed off to start the next stuff. So first finished object. Yeah, not one, but two finished objects. As soon as I finish that, next thing, socks. There's two. Okay, these socks are yarn, Fangirl Fibers, Master Gracie, maybe Mace skeins. I am not sure on this color. Toe up. I did a 3x1 ribbing on the foot. Shadow wrap heel. I did do an oops. So here's sock one. Okay, sock one. Here's sock two. Sorry, the fridge making noises. It does that. Okay, so sock two. You see something different? So these are a gift. And so I realized halfway through the cuff what I had done. So I messaged the person who's related to the person that's going to get these. I'm like, is that going to bother them? She's like, no. Okay, cool. So I went ahead and didn't have to rip out and just finished it. And hey, they'll be able to have a left sock and a right sock and be able to tell the difference, right? That's cool. So, but yay, I'm so excited and had these finished off before I needed them. Oh, so much shadows. It's fine. But they're pretty. So two finished objects, and then close-ish to finishing a third, way closer than I was. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into whips. So the first whip we're gonna talk about is the moss stitch blanket I'm making. So this is where I was at previously, was these 3 squares. I'm making 9 squares, sewing them together, and then maybe doing a little bit of a border for a baby blanket. That needs to be done by October. Sooner the better. I've got too many projects right now, so the more I can get off my plate, the better. So those are already done. Since last week, I have finished, and how I can tell is I'm not weaving in the ends until after I've shown you them. This one I just finished this morning, actually. So vaguely you can kind of see the color order. This one goes to there, and that to the blues, and then from the blues to the other colors. So I've got these 3 done, and then this one's close. It's still attached. There we go. So that one's pretty close. Yarn used. Hey, I actually know it because I had to go buy more. It's a little bit annoyed over that, but it happens. So, the darker color is Groot and Lion Brand Mandala. It's a DK weight yarn in Groot. And then, I'm not using the pinks or the white out of this, but I'm using the other colors. This is one of their big cakes, and this is in Meowth. So, there's that one. So that's coming along. So I need 9 squares. I am almost done with the 6th. I've got like 6 more rows left. The big rows, they take longer. But I got maybe an hour till I finish the 6th square, and then I only have 3 more left. So that's doable. Actually, now I'm concerned about my math. 3, 1, 2, 3. Yes. So no, I'm on the 7th square. Haha, closer than I thought. So that's cool. So I really would like to get at least the squares knocked out this week. Maybe even the blanket finished by next week. That would be cool. But other projects. So the other thing that I've actually worked on is the DRK Everyday Sweater by Entry Maori. This is a sample for the yarn store. It is being made, I don't have the tag and stuff, but it is knit in Rome is the name of the yarn, but I cannot think of the yarn company. So I got to the 3rd increase. I think I just got to the 3rd increase, and that's it. Yeah, I'm like maybe a row past the 3rd increase. But it's getting there. It's looking good. So I'll be working on this more. So since the socks are done, this is going to become my mindless knitting. Because I have to knit however many rows, and then I think there's a 4th increase. I'm not sure. And I'll be splitting for sleeves soon. So, but it's just all stockinette outside of splitting for the sleeves and the increase rows. Like and this is going to be mindless knitting now that the socks are done. Because I want to get this done preferably by the end of the month. More importantly, and I didn't grab it, hold on. Most importantly though, once I get the squares done on the blanket, I'm going to start hyper focusing on the next deadline. This is the Wild Horses Sweater by Pop Knit. Another sample for Fangirl Fibers. I know you guys have seen this a few times. I'm on to the 3rd chart repeat. This needs to be done before Rhinebeck. So I've got about a month to get this done. I have not worked on it for quite some time because for hyper-focused, monogamous is better. Like, I mean, I need more than one project because I can't do this like on the go. Like, this is not mindless knitting. It's not hard. The chart's really nice, but it's still charted and I have to pay attention. But my next goal is to see how much, how fast. So I have kind of goals. Like, my goal for this by next Friday is going to be split for sleeves. So how much do I have to do on that? Do I have a tape measure? Ha, I do. Okay, I know I have to do, I think, 8 inches before I split for sleeves. And we're going to measure this because I have not. Okay, it says I'm at 4.5 inches. Okay, cool. So I'm halfway to the sleeve split. So that is, this is going to be my main goal, but probably not this weekend. I'm going to give myself, since I hyper-focused on one project, I'm going to give myself a little break, and then I'm going to hyper-focus on the next project. So, that's it there as far as projects go. We're going to do future cast-ons and a little bit of show and tell, and then tiny bit of acquisitions, and then books. So, future cast-ons. Guess what dropped yesterday? Stephen West Mystery Cal. So, If you have not done that before, Stephen West every October does a mystery knit along for a shawl, and it is always interesting and different. Usually you get to learn some new techniques, or even if it's not a new technique, you get to use the technique in a way you've never done before. I have done 3 out of the past 4. So I started in 2021 with shawlography. Then I did the twists and turns in 2022. I skipped the Geo Gradient in 2023, and then I did the Go-Go Dynamo last year. So, first off, we're going to talk about, let me show you the other ones. So I have 2 with me. One of them I'll show you a picture of. So, shawlography from 2021. This was my first mystery knit along. This is all in yarn I dyed. And I like it. It's not wearable, but it's pretty. So, we had this fun stuff. And then we have whelps. We have these little bobble things. Let's see. Oh no, those are the shrimps. You know what? If I showed you, no, these are the shrimps. There we go. These black things are the shrimps we had to make, and you can actually braid them, and it looks kind of cool. Yeah, those are just little bobbles, a little bit of brioche, and then I really like the border. So this was the first one I made, and it was so much fun. Because nothing was stuff I hadn't done before. I just never done an I-cord like a shrimp. There we go. That shows it braided. Or the way it looks if you just let it be is like that. You know, I'd never done a welt before. Just like doing a folded brim, just smaller. So yeah. This one though, the problem I did is, see this mosaic right here? I made one of my floats, there's no give at all in that section, and that was my fault. So it's a little bit newer into knitting the fancy stuff. Maybe not a new knitter, but newer at being an intermediate knitter, maybe? I would say I'm intermediate to advanced at this point. But definitely fun. And I liked all the colors I used. So yeah. So that was the first one I did. The second one I did was the twists and turns. Picture right here. That's the one that looked like a spaceship. I didn't really enjoy that one. It looks gorgeous. For yarn, I got a kit from Moonglow Fibers. I was a little bit sad because when I ordered it, the brown I thought was more of a charcoal, but you know, internet and lighting and stuff. So I was a little bit sad about that, but it's gorgeous, but it's not wearable. I don't like it. So I gifted it to somebody to donate for raising money for something. So I'm like, hey, here, take this. So picture of that one. Then probably my absolute favorite, and it's probably because of the colors, and that was last year's. So the Go-Go Dynamo, and this will play into part into this year's as well. So I have not blocked this yet. It's been almost a year and I have not blocked this yet, so I might do that this weekend. This, y'all remember this from last year? So it was constructed very strange because we made these pieces first, connected them together, then you did this bubbles and brioche section, and then you did the triangles and the bottom if you wanted to, and then you came back and did this mosaic, which I really love how it looks, and the bubbles, the little ones right there. It's gorgeous. It's huge. I eventually want to put this on the wall. I mean, I guess I could wear it, but I might block that. It's supposed to be kind of colder and rainy. I really don't have outside blocking anyways though, so I don't know, we'll see. So here's where this is important. So this is great, right? So I used for yarn on this, the black, I think the black is yarn dyed by me, but the colors is a whole bunch of minis from Pretty Twisted. So some of it's from a countdown that she did, 2023 countdown, I think. Some of it just have a lot of Pretty Twisted yarns. I do. So it's just a lot of various minis, and I just kind of tried to keep a little bit of rainbow color order to some extent, and it turned out so good. So for this year, for the musical one, is 4 colors, and it looks like they're solids. Is that a fruit fly? It probably was, I'm sorry. It's solid colors and high contrast. So, you know what I think I'm gonna do? Guess what? I got more black and Pretty Twisted minis. Throw it on the ground. So, sorry about the glare. So yeah, there's some that are a little bit varied in here and stuff too. My theory, and I don't know, we got time, and I'll know more when the first clue drops, and that's on October 2nd, so I got some time. That's really how long I have to finish that unicorn sweater. If I can get that done by October 2nd, that'd be great. We'll see. But I think what I'm going to do though is group, like make 4 sets of colors. Like here's all the pinks, here's oranges, here's greens, here's blues. And then kind of pull from those on the minis maybe. I don't know. I really have to wait and see what the clues look like. Because this one, I wasn't going to do this. I said nope, I was not going to do this last year's. And then I saw the first clue of these, the garter stripes. And I'm like, oh, that looks great. So yeah, we'll see what this year brings. But it's so pretty. Okay. But yeah, so that's the stuff for the MKAL. You will see more on that when it starts on October 2nd. So we'll see what I end up doing. But I'm really leaning towards using those minis. Because I've got at least a skein and a half of the black. So if I need to do a main color like I did on that one, I probably can. I don't know. We'll see. So that is knitting, crocheting, creature cast-ons, all that good stuff. Next up, a little bit of acquisitions. You already saw kind of part of it. I did have to buy new yarn last night so I can finish this because I'm like 2.5 squares short of the yarn I had. And it's not that I ran out of this yarn. It's just I'm not using the white or the pinks. I'm using the grays and the tans and the browns and whatever. So that means I had to get another one. So that's that. Other acquisitions. So, very, very awesome relative. Went to a fiber festival in Indiana and got me some fiber. So the first is from Brilliant Creations. And it is 80 targhee, 10 bamboo, 10 silk. There's 4 ounces of it. And look at this. So soft and so pretty. Doesn't that look so good? So yeah, I haven't really played with, oh yeah. That's gonna spin really nice. So squishy. So I got this, and then even cooler, I got this back. I currently do not know what this fiber is, other than it is really, really soft. And she made me roll eggs. So I have, so soft. This must be merino. It's even softer than merino. Like, I don't know. And I wouldn't say cashmere, I don't know. I'll find out. But I have a nice little bag of roll eggs to spin. So that was really exciting because I wasn't really expecting that. So those will be fun. I need to get back to my spinning. I've got a project half done. And we're going to see, I got press these down. We're going to see now how I go with the unicorn sweater. Like if I'm able to pace that in the way I want to by being able to get it done by that first week of October. That's the goal. I don't actually expect to get it done by the time the MKAL starts. I'm good. I'm not that good. I still have life. Like I still have to work. Can I knit at work? Yeah, sometimes a little bit. But you know, there's still stuff like driving you have to do, grocery shopping, housework. One of these days, somebody else will do the housework for me. Probably not, but it's a nice thought, isn't it? Okay, that's all I've got for this week. A little bit more than normal, but I'm really excited about the MKAL. Fingers crossed. Because so far, for the ones that I have done, first one was great. Second one was annoying, but pretty. Third one was drama. That's fine, it happens. And then the fourth one was great. So I'm hoping for back-to-back greats, or at least good. I'll accept good, because I'm such a process knitter. I enjoy the process of making things, so I have high hopes. Colors are going to help too there. So that's it. So I hope, books. No, you guys will yell at me if I don't do books. Almost forgot there. I did finally finish Shield and Sparrow. The second book, I think, is coming out, I don't know when, but they've released, I think they were getting ready to release the cover art for it. That book was interesting. So I usually don't read reviews on books. Like, that's not my thing. But when I was putting in my Goodreads that I had read it, it did pop up the, whatchamacallit, the reviews. And oh my gosh, there's this one review on this book that is hilarious. The book is good. It is an incredibly slow burn. If you're looking for the romantic-y part of it, the romance part, it's a very, very, very slow burn. It is mostly her talking in her head. Sometimes out loud. And she has lots of questions. But this review, I'm going to read it to you because it is true. It is still a good book. If you like these kinds of epic fantasies and stuff like that, I still recommend reading or listening to it. But this was great. So this review was, do you like questions? Do you really like questions? Do you like entire paragraphs written in question form, spoken both aloud by the FMC and her inner thoughts? Yeah, that's really what it does. No, really. Do you like repetitive questions? Page after page of the same whining, the same questions? Do you want to scratch your eyes out because you're reading a 500-page story told in the form of ongoing questions? So, it's a review. Somebody's personal opinion. Are they wrong? No. Is it still good? For me, yes. I would rate that a 4 to a 5 star. 5 stars are generally reserved for I'll read it again. I don't think I would read it again, but it is still a good book. And then it goes, if you answered OMG yes to any of the above, then boy oh boy is this the book for you. Okay, so that is the first review, and it's not the greatest, but it's good. And all the other reviews are much better as well. So I'd recommend it. Just know the second book's not out yet, and it took me like a week to listen to the last 30 minutes of the book because I knew something was going to happen. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to listen to this. I don't know if I want to. And then I did, and sure enough, something weird happened. And then we have to wait for the next book. So there's that. So I'm reading that, or finished that. Let's see, what else was I reading? I was reading the book by Tiffany Hunt. I kind of on that one. It just was too dark coming off of Shield and Sparrow, which is also kind of a darker book. Like, I'm not gonna say it's dark. It's just not happy. It's not lighthearted. Like, that's not the point of it. So instead I switched to, I think I've read this book before. I'm pretty sure I've read this book before. But it's Christine Feehan, Shadow Rider. It's the first book in that writer series. So Christine Feehan, I'm not going to say she's a bad author. Her books are kind of cookie cutter. But also, that's not a bad thing necessarily. Because if you want to read a book that you have an expected amount of mental capacity for, it's nice to read something like that. You know what your expectations are in the book and what you're going to get out of it. And that's kind of where I was at. I'm like, I needed something simple, quick, and easy that I'm not 100% sure if I know I've read at least one book in this series. I know that. But Christine Feehan was actually my very first paranormal romance I ever read, somewhere in the middle of the Dark series, which is nifty. So it's one of those things, sometimes you just need, I don't know, it's like when you rewatch a TV show. You don't need good, you need comforting. You need familiar. And that's kind of why I'm reading this one right now, because I'm sure you guys have noticed, I intersperse new stuff, kind of. I stick with my genres, but I have new books. Then I also tend to go back to, okay, this is a comfort read. And it may not even be that the book itself is, and maybe the author is a comfort author. Yeah, that's just kind of my viewpoint on that one. So that's the books I'm currently reading, which really is just the one. I might start listening to something else. I haven't decided what I want yet. Actually, if you have book recommendations, put them down. Actually, no, you don't have to recommend me a book, because I am really, my genres are my genres. If it's not paranormal romance, romantasy, fantasy, a little bit of sci-fi, I'm trying to read it. But recommend if you want to, but tell me what you're reading. Listening to, reading, watching, whichever way you like to get stories. Let me know. Tell me what you got going on right now, just because maybe I'll get an idea of something else I want to try. But that's it for today. I do want to thank everybody so much for watching. I hope your weather is doing good things. Today, the high is, I think, in the upper 60s, potentially rain. I'm okay with this, but yeah, I think I'm okay with this. I'm going to make soup for dinner. I have not figured out what kind yet. So, y'all have a good week. Bye.